Being an immigrant from Latin America in the US makes you inhabit this like liminal space. You're not Latin American per se, but you're not American either. At first I was like, it's Texas, it's really conservative, really boring, really white. And then I found out I was wrong about all those assumptions. My name is Camila Torres-Castro.
My name's Natalia. I go by DJ Dada.
My name is Xochi Solis. I am the lead chula for the Austin chapter of Chulita Vinyl Club.
We had a couple of girls come in one time, and they indicated, you know, they were looking for some 45s. They never mentioned their name, and they were looking. They said, "Yeah, we have a club, you know, where we spin vinyl, and we're called the Chulita's Vinyl Club." And I said, "Oh man, that's a cool name."
Well, my name is Juanita G. Esparza. I was born in 1926, and I'm the owner of the place.
My mother is known for the Spanish genre, but she has so much R&B, rock, blues, and jazz.
Of course, I like my Lionel Richie.
She's gonna keep mentioning that every once in a while. And believe me, the stories that we get from customers, I gotta have this song, but I don't know who sings it. And I said, why is it so important? And it's because it's just a matter of a customer holding something in their hand that belonged to their mother or their father. Everyone has a story that walks in here, why they want that song.
I've always collected records and always been really exposed to the medium of what a vinyl record was. The first cumbia record I ever bought, I didn't really know what cumbia was, but the reason why I got this record, it has this very cute girl on the front, and her skin was brown, and she had brown hair. I had never really seen a brown babe like sell anything, you know, like she's not the girl on TV that's selling you milk or like beauty products, you know, but she looked like me in a way. Then I started listening to the music.
In my house, music was always playing, just like overlapped into my adult life.
I love absurdism. I also play whatever I want. So everything from like a record of a recording of a meteor to like house music to cumbia to an old Strokes record.
I also have a soft spot for like 80s one-hit wonders. But salsa is like my go-to genre, and it's a way of reconnecting with my roots back home, and I just like found the space and the people to do it with. I choose to play salsa or cumbia or merengue because we're trying to tell a story with our music. And for me, salsa is a story, like a personal story, like my mom and dad just playing it every Sunday morning while they cook breakfast.
At the end of the night, no one can escape a good beat. I feel like that's where our job comes in.
This sound that a lot of us are spinning come from the fact that two cultures came together and it wasn't always easy, but somehow they made something really beautiful.
We love the Chulita so much is because they still spin the old vinyl and they'll know who the artist is. So I befriended them, and it expanded to more of the girls, and then they started to get a lot of reputation for really awesome performances. And we would get customers saying, "Hey, we saw these girls, man," and then they would tell us where they saw them. I said, "Oh, they're starting to branch out. They're getting pretty popular."
Like, obviously my perspective, not on the whole US, but on Texas, changed when I moved here because I realized that even though it is really conservative and really Republican, it still has a lot of diversity, a lot of like remnants of Tejano culture is really, really weird for me because I really didn't know anything about it before moving here.
Tejano is like just a Spanish word for being from Texas. So like it doesn't necessarily have to mean that you have like Mexican heritage, but because it's in the Spanish language, it usually does. But the fact that I'm a Tejana that doesn't have Spanish as my native language is very common. I've been in Texas all my life. My family's been in Texas for centuries and generations. And, you know, there's a lot about my heritage, my Mexican heritage, that I learned in books and magazines. You know, there were people here before that this was their world.
This was Mexico at some point. Like, Texas was Mexico, so I don't feel that I'm super far from my roots, which is good.
When I first moved to the United States with my parents, there was this sort of resistance to talking what's called pocho, which is you mixing Spanish and English together. And in America, if you have an accent, you're probably of a lower class.
So it's really like an idea of survival was like, well, I want you to not have an accent. I want you not to ever be caught speaking Spanish. And the best way to have that is that I don't teach it to you. Sorry, I get kind of emotional, I guess, when I think about it. But like, you know, a big part of navigating my identity as somebody that has Mexican heritage is this idea that I was supposed to speak Spanish, but like I was really afraid to like interact with other Latinos. I didn't really understand it, and I was kind of angry at the same time because I was so embarrassed, you know? Like I wanted to be able to speak Spanish because I was proud of that part. You know, I was definitely proud of my Mexican heritage, but I didn't know how to relate to it in that way.
My father migrated here with his family at age 4 from Guanajuato and bought the whole American dream, hook, line, and sinker, and it worked. It worked for him, but he had regrets as he got older. He did not teach any of us Spanish because we needed to be American. He changed his name from Manuel to Sam, which was Uncle Sam. Later in life, he had sadness, and he expressed that sadness about how the price of admission was to turn his back on so much of his own culture. I think actually his expression was more not that he missed it, but that he didn't gift it to his children.
I really didn't like it when I moved here. I didn't know English. It took like a lot of practicing and, you know, just getting like bullied in high school and stuff. I got like people calling me brown tongue, and I mean, I'm lucky that I have a good sense of humor about it, but it made me realize that I wanted to explore things outside language, like within music or visually. That's what I like to explore. To me, Chulita Vinyl Club is a conversation of being a person whose body is identified as woman, being a person whose skin or immigration paper makes them Latinx, but being a DJ and just navigating all those 3 conversations and interlooping it with like music.
For me, being a part of Chulita Vinyl Club is like therapy that I can't afford. When I'm feeling down, I feel like spinning with them. So it's a way of feeling part of a kind of a support group.
It's really a space of like skill sharing and community and like the empowerment that happens through that.
And the fact that we get to share this music is also a way of like speaking up for ourselves. It's a way of planting your feet in the ground and saying, you know, we're here and we're not going anywhere. We're establishing a dialogue somehow by this, like, you know, you dancing to it and me playing it for you. So for me, that's really political and that's really important in what I do.
It was just such a like life-changing thing to have a group of people to be like, yeah, I love music too. Yeah, we're music nerds together. Yeah, let's go weigh a needle. Let me show you how to do it properly because you're scratching your records. So yeah, it's been a good time.
Chulita Vinyl Club is one of the best things that has happened to me, like hands down, in my life. So I'm really grateful for that.